The good old Bant Spirits versus Grixis Death Shadow. Let's see what we've got to work with here. Bant Spirits pretty sweet. I know a lot of people have also been enjoying the blue-white spirit style. So we'll see. Alright, players getting ready. Uh-oh. William lost sound? That's weird. I'm here, I'm sorry. Do you guys have sound now? I don't know what happened there. I apologize. Made me all worried. Okay. Let's get going. Jumping into things. And Jaime here has a bunch of expedition lands that I don't know, so we're going to do our best. I know he's dropping to 18, and then he's going to drop to 16 to play this Thoughtseize. And he's going to see that it is Bant Spirits here. Double path. Oh my gosh. Dragskull Captain, and that blue-white guy that now I'm blanking on. Let me double check. It is... Come on, how do I not know this guy? Spellqueller, my gosh. My brain tonight, guys. Blood Crypt. Yeah, that would make sense. I just don't know the expedition ones. Blood Crypt, or it's the... one of the other black shock lands. So, Jaime now has to decide what, based on his hand, is better to take. Spellqueller is really nice to get rid of unless he's got like bolts and pushes and stuff like that, then it doesn't really matter. The Dragskull Captain, though, is relevant here because, you know, making sure that other spirits have hexproof and giving him +1 is pretty scary. So I like that he just gets rid of that. And here's a Mishra's Bauble. He's going to do a quick peek-see here. Take a look at your top card, he says. Let me see what you're hiding. So now he knows what his opponent's going to draw and can kind of plan a little bit further ahead. Windswept. Path. Pass. Pass, pass. Not path. And we're going to see nothing else really come out. Missing a land drop, it looks like. Which is pretty painful. So he says, here's my Botanical Sanctum. Oh my gosh. Another miss land drop and no draw spells to help him? Cycle the Street Wraith. Drop into 14. Hoping for another land. And now it's basically saying, hey, I know you can counter all my stuff, so it doesn't really matter what I play. But I have to try and do something. Move to discard. Get rid of that Gurmag Angler. That hurts. Spellqueller, just to kind of flash it in so we get as a beater. Uh-oh. He's showing all of his cards. So, making a mistake, I guess thinking it was click instead. That darn Jaime making mistakes. But he had the bolt so we can get rid of it, but there's still another one available, but it's basically just like, alright, kill this off, hope for the best. Finally finds another land. Loses 3 life, though. Down to 11. Problem is there's still more spell quellers. Thought Scour. Target myself. 1, 2. Draw a card. Death Shadow. Attempt to play. He is a 2/2 at this point in time. Give you a land, he says. Watery Grave this time. Kyle's on point with these lands. He knows his expeditions. Flash in the Rattle Chains here, which, you know, lets you be able to cast all your other spirits as though they had flash, which is nice. 2/1. When it enters, you can give another spirit hexproof until end of turn. That part isn't relevant, but casting all of his stuff as though they had flash is pretty nice. It says, let's bring the beats. Here's 2 points of damage coming your way. Can I have this Death Shadow? He is a 4/4 now. That's pretty nice as well, Gurmag. So now we can really start getting the beats going. Delving away all these useless cards here. Leave a Thoughtseize and a Bolt and a Spell Queller. Can't get rid of that. Does not work. Convert a mana cost. So, whenever Spell Queller enters the battlefield, you can exile target spell and convert a mana cost 4 or less. When Spell Queller leaves, the exile card's owner may cast that card without paying its mana cost. The thing about that is Gurmag costs 7. No! Oh no! No! Then he follows it up with a Faithless Looting. Ah! I'm so tilted right now. But part of it is for the players to learn, right? Jimmy was casting it thinking it worked. You know, Jaime also thought it worked that way. Let it resolve. Yeah, right? Exactly. Gurmag is more than 4 CMC. This shouldn't happen. No. Drunk Skull, Captain. Coming at you for 6. Oh, good. And here's another path. Oh. Rip in peace, right? Rip and pepperoni over here. Oof, that's painful. That's painful. All right. Let's see what we got here. This is recorded from last Tuesday, and then we broadcast it 6 days after the recording without having watched the matches. So we don't know what happens in them, and there's no table judge there to help correct it. So at this point, we have no way of changing this. Yeah, 9, 24, 18. Yikes, yikes, yikes. That hurts. Looks like we're going to game 2, folks. Oh, that's so painful. Oh. Now, the hand that Jimmy had was really nice for dealing with a Death Shadow player. Having 2 paths in there and having the 2 spell colors in the opener hand, really nice. Thanks for bringing land. No problem. I love the deck so much and wish I could play it more. Get that Wayback Machine ready to save that zombie fish. I'm currently brewing up a new deck that sadly I can't play this week because the new Ravnica set is not out. But next week I should be playing the new deck. Yeah, that's true. Rattle Chains is also very solid in this matchup, being able to kind of flash in, save one of your creatures, and just giving all your other spirits flash is really nice. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll play Lantern Control again tomorrow, or maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to say. Hard to say what I'll play. I expect to see people playing Bug and Black-Green Rock for a while. I'm thinking of actually building a Bug deck. I don't know how well it's going to work, but I'm thinking of trying some Bug shenanigans. I was thinking of going Grixis at first, but now I'm thinking I want to do Bug so I can get the Noble again and get some Abrupt Decay and Maelstrom Pulse and stuff like that. Yes, people love Bug. It's true. People love them some Bugs. So we'll see sideboard stuff. You know, Death Shadow player does have access to things like ways to kind of blow things up, like Engineer Explosive. I don't know exactly on Jaime's list for his sideboard. I believe he's probably running like maybe an extra push in there, or maybe extra cold guns. I know he's got some planeswalkers like lilies and stuff, so I'm not sure if he's running those or not. Yeah, the list that I want is kind of, for my bug, is a little bit more mid-rangey. Lillian making a very good point, going and asking about what direction she should go for a new deck to start building, close to what she's got based on having 8 rack. So she's got a lot of discard available to her, can go route like that. White-black Pox is a good one. You could even just go into like a token style of play, just white-black tokens, because you do have that, like some of the discards like Inquisitions, Thought Seizes, things like that to kind of help you out. You could go for like a Death Shadow build, like the Grixis one. It is kind of expensive as some modern decks go, but you know, you might not have to run the Snapcasters at start. Like, you don't have the Snapcasters, cool. You don't have to run Scalding Tarn. You can get by with other fetches. You know, I think if you're needing, oh my gosh, already going right into that 15 again. If you're looking into getting new decks into Modern, I recommend picking up the mana base for the new cards first, because that is a good stepping stone towards what you want to build next. And the mana base easily fluctuates between decks, that you buy that once and you don't have to really worry about picking up other stuff. Yeah. Yep, exactly. So going over, like, lands are very valuable, very important for Modern. Like, it's kind of the gateway stuff. And you gotta, the other thing too is find the styles that you like playing. Like, if you like that discard and disruption style, you can go that route with a couple different lists. If you like having, if you're saying, you know what, I wish I had more creatures because of what I'm playing doesn't really have creatures, you know, you can maybe try some different strategies and different lists based on that. Okay, so we got a Path, we've got Selfless Spirit, we've got a Drag Skull, we have Collected Company, and we have that Phantasmal Image. So looking pretty good. I like blue-black control. T-Love making a really good point, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name right, but I'm going to struggle with it anyway, is that only thing that ever takes precedent over mana base in a deck building is picking up cards you think are at risk of spiking. So that could be based on cards that are coming out in the new set that you think might adjust people's play of certain decks, that might make certain cards in those decks raise in price. So he goes for the Path, so that's kind of giving an indication maybe he's got a Gurmag hand and wants to get that down. Thought Scarrow myself, he says. 1, 2, draw a card. That's true. If he's got Death Shadow style hand, he also would probably want to get rid of Path if he's not having any of his counterspell available to him. Jimmy on the other side is going to be fetching away, dropping down to 19. I'm assuming that's a shock land. It might not be. And if that's the case, we're just going to minus Jaime from 1. I just don't know these expeditions, guys. Blood Crypt again. Thank you. Yeah, having that dismember is really going to be beneficial. Alright, probably going to go down to 16, but we'll see. You know, Temple Garden would be nice. Breeding Pool, I guess, is also a nice one. There's the temple, so down to 16. It's a race. That's a pretty good play as well, being able to just like push that off. I believe he's got to engineer it here. And so it looks like he's debating about wanting to play it for 2 mana. But there's some also really powerful 3 costs, and he knows based on Jimmy's initial hand, like Drugskull, Captain, and stuff like that, is going to be troublesome. But he could also have some other removals, some pushes and bolts and other such shenanigans available to deal with it. Dismembers. There's a Breeding Pool. Jimmy's going to go to 14. Drugskull, Captain. Other spirits have hexproof. Other spirits get +1/+1. Kill it. Bolt it. Pew. Zapped out of the sky. There's the engineered. And passes again. So super reaction here out of Jaime. That's a pretty nice one here. If he's trying to get his opponent to bait him into a cord or something like that, you just counter it. He needs to get a creature out for it to really matter. And it looks like he's debating about how much he can delve. Yep, here it is. Alright, so he's going to respond with a cord, and he's going to say, counter it, because you can't pay 1. Bam. Countered. Unless you pay 1. Oh, don't run that Simian Spirit Guide. Too bad. Now there's a 5/5 beater on the field. But Jimmy still has some options available to him. That's one of them. Now I have a 5/5, he says. Mausoleum Wanderer coming out. Pretty nice, where if he needs to, he can sack it and counter target instant or sorcery unless its controller pays X, where X is Mausoleum Wanderer's power, which is 1. So you can, but hey, I can sit here and target down that lovely Phantasmal Image with any card and it will just die. So those bolts, those paths, or not paths, those pushes work really, really well for killing that. Ooh. That's pretty nice. Here's 5 extra damage to your dome, sir. And your dude is dead. Teamer Battle Rage. Double Strike. Trample if you have Ferocious. Ferocity? Ferocious? It says, now I'm going to cord. So that was interesting and risky, because with that Mausoleum Wanderer, he could have sacked it and countered the Teamer Battle Rage. Yikes. Drugskull Captain coming out here, giving all other spirits +1 in hexproof. Guess what? We also see the Supreme Phantom 1/3, giving all other spirits +1/+1. So a nice little Spirit Lord coming. And Mausoleum Wanderer gets buffed up whenever another spirit enters the battlefield. He gets +1/+1 till end of turn. So that's why he's coming at him like that for 5. Because essentially 2 spirits entered, cool, and hey, he gets +2. He's a 1/1. There you go. I want to take a peek at your top card. Here's my Death Shadow. Push for damage. Another Death Shadow. Swing 5. Boom. Now here's the thing. If there's another collected or something like that, then Time's just gonna die. Do you mean Collected Company? Yes, yes. I mean Collected Company. Pushing for damage. So, Dragskull's a 3/3. Oh, I think it doesn't matter. 6. Yep, 9. Or 6, 8. Exactly. Oh, man. I wonder if what would have happened if we had been able to go to game 3 if things worked out a little bit differently with the whole Spell Queller interactions in game 1. Not that it matters too much in that matchup. Definitely, you know, really close battle for both players. That Spell Queller, or not that Spell Queller, that Collected Company hitting 2 really good creatures, 2 lords, made all the difference there. Being able to push for 5 and just sort of finish things off essentially there. So really nice set of games tonight. But that's it. That is all the rounds we've got tonight. Only 4 rounds. If you miss any of the matches, they are going to be on Twitch. They will also get broken up for YouTube over this next couple weeks. Last week's stuff just got uploaded to YouTube tonight, so it might not be till the weekend. Usually the weekend is when I get to chop stuff up, but it was the pre-release this past weekend, so of course wasn't able to upload anything then. But lots of other exciting content and stuff coming up for you guys. You know, again, if you guys have not taken the time, please hit the follow, subscribes if you could. Definitely help show your support for the content that we're producing over here on Modern Magic Mondays. I'm just going to run through the normal stuff at the end of the night. Of course, our Twitters are down below. The Twitter for the channel itself, at Modern Mondays. You'll see tweets about what videos we're posting up, when other events might be happening that we might be doing. My co-host at Farm of Zernar, not able to join me tonight, but does a lot of streaming over on his own channel, so make sure you guys check that out for speed runs, variety gaming, all that kind of good stuff. And then of course myself at The Real Nan Man, been starting to stream up on the weekends over on my own channel at The Real Nan Man, and then of course uploading stuff on YouTube and getting back into that sort of deck tech, modern meta breakdown. You guys can check those out on my own YouTube. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys checking us out tonight. Big shout out to everybody that tuned in and was chatting this evening. Really helps make the games more exciting and be able to answer those questions. So again, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you guys next game.